and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Nur Syahda Syahra binti Muhammad Sabri. So today I would like to present for the first question, which is number 1. The price of face mask increased tremendously in March 2020. Okay, first of all, I would like to share my graph. Okay, this is my graph. Okay, we have a price, quantity, and then we have S for supply and D for demand. Okay, as we can see, we have a P1, which is original price, and then P2, which is new price, and then we have Q1, which is quantity, original quantity, and then Q2 for new quantity, and we also have D1, which is original demand, and then D2 for the and then the D2 is for the new demand. Okay, why the price and demand are increased? This is because the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, the demand increase because the government have made an SOP that people must wearing a mask to prevent the virus from spreading, and then if they're not wearing a mask, they will be punished. So that the demand of face mask it increased a lot during March 2020, and because of the demand is higher, is increased, the supply also will increase a lot because of the demand. Okay, and then for the price also increase. The price of face mask also increase. The price of face mask also increase due to the demand is higher, so that the production need to produce the face mask in a short of period of time, which is they need to produce every month, every week, because of the demand, so that the costing of production need to spend is increased. The production need to spend a lot of costing, so that the seller or the company will mark up their face mask price because of the production. So when the demand of face mask increase, the price also increase. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Azrul bin Azlan, and today I would like to present about fuel prices crash in April 2020. Without wasting any time, let's move to the next slide. As you can see, this is my market equilibrium diagram. So, before we start, let me explain about the diagram. As you can see, for the vertical line, it is remain for the price, while for the horizontal line, it is remain for the quantity. There are P1 and P2 in the diagram. P1 is the old price and P2 is the new price, while Q1 is the old quantity and Q2 is the new quantity. For the S1 line, it is remain for the supply. For the D1 line, it is an old demand, and for the D2 line, it is a new demand. So we can see that the demand are shift to the left from the D1 to the D2, and because of that, the quantity is also decreased from Q1 to Q2. So to make sure that the price is meet the equilibrium, the price need to be decreased from P1 to P2. So from the diagram, it's clearly show that the price of the fuel are crashed and decreased during April 2020. The question is, why is that happen? So, as we know, our government has set up a new policy, which is MCO, or Movement Control Order, during the pandemic of COVID-19. This policy is to make sure that all people are always stay at home and do not go outside, to make sure that they can stop the pandemic of COVID-19 from being separated. For your additional information, the price of the fuel is also based on the economic progress. And during the April 2020, our economic progress are so bad. So, when all the people are stay at home, they are not using their transportation, and the public transport is also closed. When they are not using the public transport or their own transport, they no need to fuel their transportation, such as car, buses, airplanes, jet, and many more types of transportation. So when they are not demand for the fuel, the demand will be decreased, and the quantity is also will be decreased. So it makes the price need to be decreased also to meet the equilibrium. The government has set up a selling price for the fuel, which is RM2 ringgit and 8 cents per liter for RON 95. But during the April of 2020, the price of the fuel is lower than the selling price. But after this, when our economic is being revived, the price of the fuel will be increased. But we must use the price below the selling price. If the price of the fuel is above the selling price, we can make a report. So that's all for my presentation for this question. Let's move to the next question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azahiri bin Yusri. I am from JBC class JBC 202A. Today I would like to present about our group assignment, which is how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the market equilibrium of disinfected and hygienic product all around the world. Okay, especially in countries such as the US, the UK, the Spain, the Italy, the shortage of hand sanitizers and also hygienic products cause them to have panic buying practices of the population all around the world. A large number of vendors such as Amazon and eBay present in the e-commerce platform are rising and increasing the price of essential and important commodities, including hand sanitizers and hygienic products. Many alcohol manufacturers are inclining towards the hand sanitizers making business to provide to the growing demand from the customers all around the world. The improvement of the hygienic product segment is primarily due to portability offered by the sanitizers or hygienic products, as it can be carried anywhere and also it can be used anytime. Whether the consumers want to clean their hands from the virus, to free themselves from the virus when they don't have time. In Malaysia, statistics have found that sales of hand sanitizers hit almost 1 million ringgit Malaysia, or exactly 237 and $176,000 during the week ending of 26 April and 2020. That is 800% higher than the country spends on this product in an average week. And then I will present about the market equilibrium graph of this hygienic product and sanitizers which is being affected by this COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, at first I want to show you from this graph there is PO, which is the initial price, and also QO, which is the initial quantity of the product, which is the equilibrium product during the normal days. And as we can see from this product, as the COVID-19 pandemic hit all around the world, it shows that the graph shift to the right, which is increase in demand of these products, of these hygienic products among the consumers. And also when the demand demand graph shift to the right, it will cause the price to increase. As we can see from this graph, it will cause the price to increase. And also, as the demand increase among the consumer, it will cause the supplier or the manufacturer will increase the supply of this hygienic product, as many people need this product more during these days. It will cause the graph to shift to the right. And then from this graph we can see that the graph is intercept at the center of this, and it will point towards this price. When demand and supply increase according to this graph, sometimes the price will remain, but as we can see from this graph, it will increase a little bit. As we can see, it increase a little bit when the supply shift to the right, when the demand shift to the right. This is because during the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people need to be more cautious about the virus, and it will cause them to have panic buying, and also from then suddenly the product will decrease even faster, and will cause the manufacturer increase the supply of this product, and yes, and will show the situation in this graph, which is show a little bit of increase in price. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi guys, it's me again, Azrul, and now I will continue to explain about the fourth question, which is communication and IT equipment. So let's move on. This is my market equilibrium diagram for the communication and IT equipment during the pandemic of COVID-19. As usual, I will explain about the diagram first. For the vertical line, it is a price, and for the horizontal line, it is a quantity. For the P1, it is an old price, and P2 is a new price, while the Q1 is an old quantity, and Q2 is a new quantity. For the S1 line, it is a supply. For the D1 line, it is an old demand, and for the D2 line, it is a new demand. So, from this question and from this diagram, we can see that the demand is shift to the right from the D1 to D2. The question is, why is the demand shift to the right? The demand shift to the right because during this pandemic of COVID-19, most of us need to study at home. For example, for the student life, they need to learn through the online distance learning, and for the some employee, they don't need to go to the work, but they have their own tasks, and all the tasks must be submitted or must be done from home. So when we are study or working online, we need all the communication and the IT equipment such as cell phone, laptop, PC, and for the IT equipment such as the camera for the presentation, the microphone, and many more IT equipment that we can see in the market. So the demand is increased because of the people need to use the communication and the IT equipment. So when the demand is increased, the quantity also will be increased, and the price must be increased to make sure that it is meet the equilibrium. So I can conclude that the communication and IT equipment prices in Malaysia is increasing during the pandemic of COVID-19 because the number of demand for the product is also increased to make sure that all the people, no matter student, workers, employee, or other people, need all the equipment to make sure that they can settle or submit their work during at home in this new era. So that's all for this question. Let's move to the last question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Isham Haikal bin Isman. So for last part, I will explain about home fitness equipment. Okay, how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the equilibrium of home fitness equipment. First of all, as we know, the government was set up the new policy which is MCO, and people will be living in new normal. Okay. This pandemic also affected the economy, and many company was downsizing and closed. The gym and fitness center also affected and was closed. So, in this situation, people who are always go to the gym or do the exercise at outside need to stay healthy was cannot go to the gym. According to WHO, people must be avoid from the 3C, which is 1 is crowded place, 2 is a contact close, and 3rd is confined and enclosed spaces. Okay. So people need to just stay at home. Okay. So how they want to keep their healthy lifestyle? So they start to buy the home fitness equipment via the online shop or mic, so they can do their daily workout or exercise at their home or place. Okay. For example of the home fitness equipment such as dumbbell, pull-up bar, skipping rope, treadmill, and many more. In this situation, demand of the home fitness equipment will increase during this pandemic. Do you one of the customer that buy this home fitness equipment? Next, I will explain about the market equilibrium graph. Okay. As you can see, the vertical line is price, and the horizontal line is quantity. This graph consists of two lines, which is the first line is D, means demand, and the second line is S means supply. Okay. As I explained before this, the market demand of the home fitness equipment will increasing. So in this graph, the D line will be shift to the right from D1 to D2. Okay. The equilibrium also increase. Okay. As I can conclude, the price and quantity increase from P1 to P2, and the quantity increase from Q1 to Q2. Okay. Last from me, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. We must fight from this pandemic. That's all from us. Thank you, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.